Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Financial Friday. And on today's topic, I want to teach you how to put together a winning game plan for your money. You know, I liken your finances to a football game. And in a football game, the team that wins strikes the right balance between offense and defense. You can't just run the ball on offense and not have any defense because the other team's just going to run the ball and outscore you. You can't just have defense because if you're not putting any points up on the board, the other team will, and you're going to get outscored and you're going to lose. So the winning team is the one that puts together the right balance of offense and defense. So I'm going to show you how to do that with your money so that you win the money game. Now, first we're going to talk about defense. And in talking about defense, I want to talk to you about the things that will protect the money you work so hard to earn, the things you work so hard to buy. And the first thing with that is savings. Savings is your first step in your defensive plan. And there's a bunch of different savings accounts that we can talk about, but I just want to cover two today. And the first one is your emergency fund. Your emergency fund is that thing that stands between you and financial disaster. If an unexpected expense comes up, like the roof goes, or the boiler goes, or you need new tires for the car because you ran over a nail or something and destroyed it. Those are emergencies. Those are things that you could not foresee. They just happen, and you need to come up with a way to pay for it. Now, with your emergency fund, I want you to start off with $1,000. Just start. That $1,000 is going to capture most of the stuff that goes wrong in your life. Now, again, that's just a start. We are going to build on that later on. The next type of savings that you want to have is your Hill and Valley account if you have a variable income. The Hill and Valley account is going to tell you what to do with your money when you make a whole bunch of money this month. And it's going to tell you what to do with your money when you make less than you expected to that month. And that's going to keep your lifestyle going like this, even though your income goes up and down like this. Like everybody who's a solopreneur, entrepreneur, business person, if you make your money selling a product or service, you know exactly what I mean. Now, the next step in defense is insurance. Insurance is like high walls and a wide moat between you and disasters. And the first type of insurance that you want to have is, of course, life insurance, because life insurance is there to care for your loved ones in the event that your life ends. And there's pretty much 100% guarantee that you ain't getting out of this life alive. So everybody needs life insurance. The question is, how much and what types? Well, the standard rule is 10 times your annual income. So if you make $100,000 a year, you should be carrying $1 million in life insurance. Now, what should that be made up of? There's schools of thought out there that are like, use whole life because it's an investment. Only use term life because whole life sucks. Both of those are extremes. I don't adhere to either one of those camps. I take a middle of the road approach. I prefer the bulk of your life insurance to be in term because it's the most cost effective. You get the biggest bang for your buck. And that's more important early on in life when you're just building assets. The next portion, I recommend $100,000 in whole life because should you get to the age or the health condition where you no longer qualify for term life insurance, and everybody gets there eventually, you will always have whole life as long as you pay the premium. They can't cancel it on you. So whole life will be there to walk that journey with you throughout your whole life until that day that you die. And that could be 100 years old, long after you qualify to get a term life policy. So that's defense. Let's talk offense now. Offense is where you actively take a role in growing and directing your money. And the first part of offense is the intentional spending plan. The intentional spending plan is the plan for your money. What do you want? What do you want to accomplish? How are you going to get there? And then how are you going to send your dollars, those little soldiers, out to battle each day to get the objectives that you want out of life? That's the first part of offense for you. The second part is to make sure you grow your income. You're going to be intentional about growing your income. That means looking for opportunities to get a different position or a different career that pays a higher amount. That means looking to capitalize on talents and skills you may have to start a side hustle so that you can bring in extra dollars. And maybe that grows to the point where it kicks your 9-to-5 to the side and you're making more money in your side hustle than you are during your day job. Another thing you might have to do in the beginning when you're in an extreme situation is sell stuff. That's going to bring extra income in that you can throw towards taking care of debts or other financial priorities that are presenting themselves at the point in time. The third part of your offense is investing, and a lot of times people confuse savings with investing. No, savings is defense, investing is offense, because you're taking your investment dollars, you're putting them into tax-favored investments for retirement, and then once you max those out, you're going into the non-tax favorable investments so you can just continue to grow your money exponentially. And it is the surest way to become a millionaire. Most millionaires in this country are not millionaires because they're celebrities, because they play basketball well, or because they just hit it big with some great invention. Most millionaires become millionaires. They're your next door neighbors because they slow and steady invested in over time that grew exponentially into $1 million. So there's your winning game plan for winning with your money. You got to have good defense, you got to have savings, you got to have insurance, and then you got to have good offense. You got to have intentional spending plans in place. You got to be intentional about growing your income, and also you need to be intentional about directing your investments for the future. I hope that was helpful information to you to show you how you can put together that winning game plan for your money. Remember, it's all about being intentional, and if you want more information, visit my website at intentionalmoneysolutions.com. You can schedule a free discovery session with me so I can help you to put together that intentional game plan, or you can take advantage of my free resources. Thank you so much. Have a great day and a fantastic weekend.